Hello everyone, Super Marcey here, back with another episode of the Movies That Make Marcey. It has been a couple of weeks, I just needed a little bit of a break. Had to give the health a rest, but I am okay and right back with it. So I thought I would actually discuss this movie for this episode as I think it is a really big one that, made me who I am today, but also kind of ties in a little bit with the recent release of the Snyder Cut of Justice League because this is a DC superhero movie. Without further ado, I will be talking about Supergirl the movie from 1984. And those that may know me may not be surprised by this one. Other people may be shocked. But you know what? I'll explain everything. So you noticed, for many years I've gone by the name Super Marcey, and that is mostly due to my absolute love of Supergirl. So in all, I guess, comics, Supergirl would be probably my overall favorite character, and she has been from the very, very beginning. And it is because of Supergirl the movie. Now, by all standards, Supergirl the movie is not the greatest movie. It is very cheesy. It is very campy. It is a bit of a wreck at times, but as a kid, you don't notice a lot of these things. And young me, when watching it, was completely just obsessed with this movie. Like, we had, I guess at the point when I saw this, we had, the Superman with Christopher Reeve, and that's bloody fantastic. And I believe Superboy, the TV show, was on TV at the time when I did see this. And, loving, Superman, really enjoying that character. For me to see this and there be a female superhero was a big thing. And I think this is what really got me more invested in superheroes at that young age, which, branches out to Batman and all the Marvel stuff, obviously. But it was, an opportunity for me to see like a female role model of sorts on the screen. And while her character, she doesn't have a whole bunch of crazy heroics, and it is a bit more, I guess, toned down, a little more delicate in a way, it was still, she's a kick-ass female. And it sort of didn't take away that she is very, a compassionate person. She can be gentle, but when she needs to, she'll kick ass, whatever. And to me, that was really important. And it was kind of something I could see myself as being. Like, I wanted to have superpowers. I wanted to go out and use superpowers to save people. And the fact that you saw like a female do it, for me at the time, it was awesome. And there started my obsession with Supergirl. I freaking love Supergirl. And in watching this, it got me to read comics. And I probably wouldn't have if I didn't see this. It would have just been more of a passing thing, maybe. And, at this stage of my life, yeah, I'm still a massive geek for it. And thanks, Supergirl. You've made me a little crazy. But yeah, this was a big part of my childhood, and it really is a big part of who I am. And I still absolutely love the character of Supergirl. And while my fandom isn't like I read every single comic, see every single little bit that has to do with Supergirl, there was a time where I did pretty much just absorb everything there was. And things do get harder as you get older, and I would love to go back and read more Supergirl comics. And I do have, reprints of the original comics, which are very, very, they're very special, I guess, to me, but they are just a little bit lame, to be expected, but, and I think, when this film came out, like, it wasn't a common thing to see like a female lead for a superhero movie. So I don't know if they really knew how to write the character or, give her a villain that wasn't don't know, really, really lame. Like, Faye Dunaway, I don't know what she was doing with this performance, but it's amazing. But again, the villain character just really doesn't work. And I feel like they just really didn't know what they were doing, how they could write a good villain, have really good motivation for, you know, a female superhero. And thankfully things have gotten better. Wonder Woman from a few years ago, fantastic. That really just felt so special to me as well. But, you know, things have come a long way and we're getting better, you know, stories and such for our female superheroes. So I'm happy. And I think Supergirl kind of started, or at least helped pave the way a bit, much like, you know, Wonder Woman, the TV series with Linda Carter, I think helped as well very much. But yeah, I mean, without this movie, I don't know who I would be. And that's a weird thing to think about. And it is, you know, it's actually given me a lot to think about in doing this series and revisiting films that I feel like have had an impact on my life. It's just how much that cinema has impacted me. And I feel like that's really special and it really makes you appreciate it so much more. And it is weird to think about, like, I could be such a different person if this film, you know, didn't get seen by me at the right time in my life to have such a profound impact, where it's gotten to the point, like, superheroes and comic books, you know, it's not just very minute anymore. They're everywhere. We have, you know, like I said, we've just had the Zack Snyder cut of Justice League, and obviously a few years ago we had the big Avengers Infinity War saga. You know, there's so much now, and just to think like how big it's become. And, you know, even though my love of all this stuff may have made me an outcast then, it doesn't make me one now. Not that I really care, but it's something that, you know, eventually I got to see it in my lifetime become cool, rather than, nah, that's just dumb, you're nerdy, blah, 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 all those stupid things. So yeah, it is crazy to think about just how much has changed between when this movie came out and even when I saw it, which would have been, you know, like, I would have been 4 or 5 at the time, and to now. It's just a whole different, like, playing field. It's crazy. But yeah, Supergirl the movie, I thank you so much. And I thank Helen Slater for such a lovely performance as Supergirl. She just has so much, you know, as I mentioned, she has compassion in that character. There's a gentleness, but there's still, I mean, being gentle doesn't mean you don't have strength. I'm just saying the different things. Like, even with her gentleness, she has a strength that is physical and mental. And I really like that, you know, you get a whole range of things with her. And it's great that Helen Slater has still kind of stayed in the whole, you know, comics world, because she has had appearances on other comic book related things. And you can go on IMDb and check that out. And, you know, back several years ago, I actually had the pleasure of meeting her, and it was an absolute joy. And I don't often get nervous meeting people that are obviously famous in some way, but this time I kind of was, because she played that character that meant so much to me. So it was a real pleasure that I got to do that. So there's my waffling on and ramblings about Supergirl the movie and how it made me. Thank you so much for watching. I really, really appreciate it. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel, and you can, of course, check us out at supermarcey.com. patreon.com/theSuperNetwork. And if you want to check out my art and support me there, you can check out patreon.com/theartofmp, or you can look up The Art of MP and you should find me there. And of course, you can listen to all of our podcasts on all the major podcast streaming platforms. So thank you very much. We always really, really appreciate it. And I'll be back with more very soon. Until then, is it a bird? Is it a plane? It's Super Marcey. Bye-bye.